Good afternoon. It is a beautiful Thursday today. You don't see too many of days like this in November, but it will change. The weather will be becoming more typical in later on next week sometime. So let us enjoy it while we can. Has anybody asked you, what do you believe? What does it mean to have faith? How do you explain it? I know when I'm talking to the kids at the children's sermon, I have a tendency to get too complicated. Try to explain everything. We need to keep things simple, not dumb it down, but be open, honest, and the Holy Spirit will work with the basics and help it grow. I'd like to share with you from Matthew 18, beginning with verse 2. He called a little child, Jesus called a little child, and had him stand among them, and he said, I tell you the truth, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Wow. A childlike faith, trusting. Children don't have to know everything. Yes, they ask questions, but they just need to know that you're honest. I can remember when I was about 4 or 5 years old, my uncle died suddenly. He left a large family behind, and a couple of his daughters, the youngest daughters, were right around my age. And I remember standing out in the entryway with the open casket there. And the one little girl, the youngest girl, came running out screaming. The casket was still open. Screaming, Daddy, 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 don't leave me. And I remember turning to my mom and dad. In all sincerity, I said, why is she crying? Uncle will rise again in 3 days. That is a childlike faith. Some people might dismiss it, but at that time in my life, that's what I believed. I still believe in the resurrection. I still believe that God is at work in our lives, that He comforts us in the midst of sorrow and death. I truly believe that death does not have the last word, but Jesus has the last word. Childlike faith. I had another situation. We were driving, my son and I, and our truck was acting up, and we were out in the middle of Minnesota, and it was kind of bucking, and I thought, oh boy, are we going to break down? And I looked over, and there this 8-year-old is. His head is bowed, and he's praying. And I thought, wow. Trusting God, turning to God. So I didn't say anything. I didn't close my eyes, but I joined him in a quiet prayer. And I know this might sound crazy, but the pickup worked just fine all the way there and all the way back. And as soon as I drove in the yard coming home after 4 hours on the road, it started acting up again. Coincidence? I don't know. But a childlike faith, his faith taught me so much. We are the children of God. Let us trust God with a childlike faith, and that childlike faith will grow through time, through the work of the Holy Spirit. Have a blessed day and enjoy this gorgeous day that God has given us.